I'm having really full on sensitivity to noise lately. Right now, I can hear a couple of different power tools, and that's drilling into my brain. Yesterday, it was the neighbour's dog that barks non-stop when they're out of the house. Dogs barking, and power tools and leaf blowers and lawnmowers and chainsaws. And one of my favourites here is people stopping outside our house to have lunch in their car with the motor running. Ideally, they'll be listening to some talk radio, and it'll be someone talking very insistently. So outside my window, there's this thundering voice talking about, I don't know what they're talking about. They seem enraged. They seem like they've got problems. I wouldn't be surprised if they're complaining about too much noise pollution, light pollution, air pollution. I've been thinking of going out to these cars that sit outside my house. They sit there and they eat their lunch with their motor running. I think I could go out there and I could say, hey, your motor's running, and that means your vehicle is emitting exhaust and it's coming in here. It's coming in here because I live here. We live, I don't want to talk about this so much. I don't want to talk about noise. I don't want to talk about things that annoy me, things that irritate me, because that shit goes forever. There's no end to having shit on the liver. Once you really get spiraling, next thing you know, you have made the decision to move to the country. And you move to the country, and what you discover is that it's even louder there. The sounds of endless machinery, the sounds of endless barking dogs, the sounds of, when we were out in the country, I heard a door slam nearby, a few houses away. I heard a person get into a car and angrily drive away, laying rubber. And then they did a donut at the first intersection they came across. They continued. They did a donut at the next intersection, and they continued doing these donuts all the way to the horizon. They were telling a story though. That was interesting. I believe that the greatest invention of all time is noise cancelling headphones. And I understand, I make noise too. Unfortunately, I'm a loud, oafish person. I'm a buffoon. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. I'm a monster. I'm an animal. I'm a feral, slimy beast sludging my way down your street, crushing a beer can in one hand, with the other playing the harmonica badly. I'm playing the blues, everyone. I love the blues. I love it so much. I'm a white man who thinks he can play the blues. Have you seen these guys? They think they can play the blues. Anyone can play the fucking blues because it's so simple. But can you not interrupt me while I'm talking? We're trying to talk, and you've brought out a guitar at the party, and now we're supposed to, like, it's rude to ignore you, but where's the consent? I was at a party once, and a long time ago. I was a very young person, and there was a stereo, a hi-fi in the lounge room, and people were sitting around talking, and there was music playing because it's a party. I've never been to a party that doesn't have music. Well, except this time because one of the people in the house came over. My friend and I were taking turns choosing songs, and a person came over. We were 20 maybe. This person came over and said, "Oh, can you turn the music down, please? People are trying to talk." And my friend looked at each other and realised, oh, we're young, we've left home, we're out here in the world, and apparently the world is full of cops. It's full of these deviants, these perverts who seek to control others. That's why I don't want to complain about noise. I don't want to go across the road to my neighbour and say, "Hey, your dog is making me mentally ill." And you do have to put up with a certain amount of suffering, don't you? This is, after all, the realm of suffering. You do though. Like, you got to harden up. You got to roll with the punches. You got to have some resilience. You can't. See, my problem is I don't know where the line is. I don't know where the line is between madness and ecstasy. The line where I've become obsessed with noises, and now I can hear a pin drop. I can hear a mosquito fart. I've become unhealthily obsessed with noise. I don't know. I mean, the dog, everyone can hear a dog barking. That's shit. There's a baby in the neighbourhood, and you can hear the baby, and the baby currently just makes lots of adorable baby noises. Lots of baby laughter and lots of exclamations of surprise and wonder. It's beautiful. This is the life of the autistic person, though, being destroyed by the normal behaviour of normal people. Also, I don't want to complain to people about the noise they're making, because I want to make noise. I don't even know what noise I want to make. Maybe I can surprise myself. I was sitting down at Tammy's down at Preston Market, and what you do is you sit outside there and you have your coffee and you have a Tammy's special, and you eat that and you drink that, and it's good, and you're overlooking a car park. Like, it's not a beautiful spot to look at, but what it is, it's a market, so there's people everywhere, and that's what makes it beautiful. I was there one day, and this old bloke was scrolling on his phone. I had the phone on speaker, and he was scrolling through something like TikTok rapidly. He's going from video to video to video to video, and each new video barks out a heap of noise, and it was full fucking on. And I went, oh, I know. And I got my phone out and I put it on speaker, and I watched a video of 200 Iranian missiles landing on an Israeli base. I watched that cranked up, and it was beautiful. I felt like a naughty boy. I felt like a freedom fighter. I felt like, fuck it, now I'm doing what I want. I felt like I didn't feel silenced, and this is the thing, isn't it? There's so much noise, so much bullshit, and so many lies. And when do you get to speak about what's really going on? When do you get to speak about? When do you get to speak about the noise that's really driving you crazy? When do you get to speak about the silence that's driving you crazy? The other day, Nazis were in Coburg. I was told that they had like a little card table set up, and they were doing some community outreach, just talking to people. Nazis are on the rise, and there's some talk about it, but most of it's pathetic. Nazis are on the rise in Australia. They're gonna form a political party by the looks of it. They're gonna form a political party. I don't see anything stopping that. And a couple of days after, Nazis are dagging around Coburg, winding people up, intimidating people, creating fear and tension. Victoria Police announced that they're gonna have 6 months in Melbourne CBD where they can search anyone, they can stop and search anyone for any reason. 6 months. So it's like what they've heard is Nazis are on the rise right now. People have said to the police, do you understand that Nazis are on the rise right now? And the police have replied, oh, are we? Unreal. And the bootlickers love it, don't they? The bootlickers fucking love this shit. So many people are Nazis. That's why I don't want to be a noise Nazi. Even though there genuinely is too much fucking noise. But when I complain, it's creative and different and special and important. When I complain, you, the viewer, you go, yeah, me too, Sean, thank you. This has been very helpful. It's not all bad news. My really nice noise cancelling headphones that I bought specifically so I'd be able to survive going to hospital a couple of years ago, they broke, and I was like, oh no, these are not optional. Like, these are my fucking emotional wheelchair. These are how I survive the modern world, the city. And it turns out that when we bought them, we paid for an extra bit of cover. So they're going to replace them. These beautiful, life-saving earbuds, noise cancelling. Oh, unreal. Hallelujah. The next thing I need, I've been talking about noise, is some kind of noise cancelling headphones for my eyes. I realise that's a big ask, but you're all smart people, you know, smart people. I'm sure someone's got some ideas for how I can get around without having to look at or hear or touch or sense in any way the world outside my imagination, which is a space of wonder. So I do a lot of stand-up comedy, and that means going out to a lot of really badly run shit open mic rooms to practice comedy. That's how you get good. And this means I hang around with a lot of open micers who are generally low quality people who see open mic comedy as the gateway to fame and fortune, and so they're not interesting. And what I've realised is it's not just open micers, it's open mic comedy is showbiz. And what I realised just last week was, if I forget about any ideas of, if I stop thinking of any of the people in showbiz as human beings possessed of decency or empathy, if I let go of any illusions that any of these people will ever help me or would ever help me if they could, if I let go of all of that, I'm going to have a much better time. I've managed to cut that noise out of my life, the noise that says, surely these people that look like people are people. No, they're showbiz people. They're not people. Well, who cares? In the sphere of showbiz, you just forget it. Like, if someone surprises you by having a soul, great. But yeah, that would be my advice. If you're going to get into politics or showbiz or art or anything, really, don't expect anything from anyone, and you won't be let down. Obviously, I'm capable of blocking out noise. I go out to these open mics and I am presented with the comedy of people who reckon homophobia is baseline awesome comedy. Transphobia is stock standard comedy goodness. Fat phobia is just meat and potatoes, rock and roll, stand up comedy. Jokes about Jews are just what you expect, really. Jokes about Muslims, jokes about white people who care about issues is an interesting wrinkle coming from a lot of children of immigrants to Australia. A lot of brown and yellow people think it's hilarious that white Australians care about social justice. So right wing immigrants are coming here and taking our fascism. But Australia is it is the Eurovision racism contest here. People come from all over the world to learn from some of the best racists on the planet. Yeah, since I've returned to stand-up comedy a couple of years ago, I've been really surprised at how right-wing so much open mic comedy is. Like, it's right-wing, it's conservative, it's reactionary, it's shit, it's nasty, it's don't like it, putrid. But I tune that out. I'm taking a night off tonight, and then for the next 7 nights after that, I'm going to go to open mic 7 nights in a row, and I'm going to witness war crimes, atrocities, death, horror, brutality, and I'm going to tune it all out for the sake of me doing my thing. You can't be a hothouse flower. You can't be too precious. You've got to be strong. And the other thing is that you then, and I've learned this, then you can't go home and complain to your wife about how awful it was. That's not allowed. I can't do that. I think what's happening is actually we are all under a lot of pressure at the moment. And the pressure is that everything is getting more terrible every day. If you pay any attention at all, you can see it, and it's no good. And when you get frightened like that, you get angry. And when you get angry, you push too hard when you sit on the toilet to do shit. And when you push too hard, you get hemorrhoids. And when you get hemorrhoids, well, you have to carry around a little pillow that's in the shape of a donut everywhere you go. And people see that pillow and they go, oh, he's got piles. He's got hemorrhoids. Let's kill him. Oh, I don't know.